Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Chris and Brick, episode 58. We're doing another all the news that's fit to print episode, so stand by and buckle up as we kind of dive into some really, really insightful and important news for each of you. Before we do that, a couple of things. One, I've got to say this, as you know, please hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you're not new, share it with somebody, and if you're not new and if you are new, also hit the like button. Just one of those things that we need to keep Chris and Brick going. So appreciate that, and appreciate a few of our new followers that just joined, getting us close to the big 70 mark. Woohoo! You know, we don't need a large audience. We just want a meaningful audience. So if we get a large audience, great. If we don't, we love every single one of you that tunes in and watches. Isn't that right, buddy? Excellent. So, the next thing, the other thing before I actually dive right into these massive headlines that are going to actually blow your mind. Douglas, my dog, is a very big fan of a particular dog treat, and I happen to know the owner of the business, so this is not a paid advertisement. It just so happens that he appreciates it so much that he was tugging at my leg a little while ago, asking for one of his treats. But it's a company called Pack Approved, and they have all these like really great, and this is actually one of Douglas's favorites. It's called Hempful Chicken Sticks for Dogs. And it does have some CBD in there, which seems to help him stay calm a little bit. So we really appreciate that. And if you use the order code DOGE, D-O-G-E, you'll actually get a discount, I believe. We just really appreciate the Pack Approved team and the great treats that they put out. And they're really simple ingredients. Douglas really responds well to them, and I can't help but share that great advice to you if you have a pet, specifically a dog. I know that he's working on building out the cat portion of his website. So, and I'll actually put a link to the website in the section below the video, so you'll be able to go there and check it out yourself. So, with that being said, it's time for news. You ready? So Brick was specifically scouring the articles on his iPad earlier today and yesterday, and some of the things are a little bit older than the last couple of days, but certainly want to call attention to these. We really want to start with a tremendously important news article where Beyonce apparently has shared on her Instagram photos of her family at the beach. Now, previously, you all may remember that we've reported that one of the Kardashians has also been reported as taking her family to the beach, and we just felt like it was important that we represent, multiple families, as very clearly this is something that is a rare event and really needs to be broadcast to the masses. So apparently there are at least two families we know that go to the beach. They are Beyonce with her children and one of the Kardashians. I don't remember which one, but just pick one. I'm sure that they all go to the beach at some point with their kid or kids. So yeah, that was a good find, man. I'm really glad you're kind of keeping the articles consistent so that we know that we're representing as much of the famous aspect of society as possible. So anything else on that one? Okay. Moving on, this one is really devastating. So I'm sure you all may have seen recently that Tom Hanks has a son who's been in the news for quite a bit of controversial material. We're not going to go into all of that stuff because we really want to focus in on something far more serious. He's now being criticized for using a racist font on the sale of his line of clothing. And the story here really has nothing to do with him at all, but more attention to be directed to the font itself. I really think it's important, and I make sure I'm capturing this adequately with you, but I mean, the font was just doing its thing, being a font, and one day it woke up and it found out that it was racist. I mean, that font is not living its best life right now. And I feel really, my heart goes out to you, font. I don't even know what it is, but I know it's some kind of a Gothic font that is somehow aligned to some group, and therefore the font is now no longer a valid font in the eyes of whoever wrote that amazing article. Amazing article. So again, our hearts go out to the font. We may consider creating a GoFundMe for this font so that it doesn't have to worry about not being able to work or, find meaning in its life anymore. I don't know. We'll discuss it. Yeah. Okay. Another really, really insightful and powerful article. So it seems Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, is bringing back a summer sandal. She's bringing it back. I guess it went somewhere, and it's also apparently controversial. And I love when footwear is controversial. I can't even begin to tell you how. It moves me that there is something you can put on your feet that also disrupts society. But in any case, it's apparently called a wedge sandal. I don't know a lot about fashion, as you can tell from my obvious, clothing options here. Of course, I do live in a cave, more or less, so don't hold it against me. But I just was really impressed that she was able to bring it back. And not only did she bring it back, but has gotten a full endorsement from the royal family. Apparently, they are big fans of this wedge sandal. The article, again, it's a full page on this thing, and they talk about not only the sandal being controversial, but how there are controversial lines of shoe wear that are putting it out as well. So I didn't know that Crocs are they're made fun of a lot, but I didn't know them to be controversial. I guess I don't know how to make that leap. But anyway, if you all know, please feel free to comment. I'd love to know why a shoe is controversial. And anyway, so I really think that the royal endorsement is the key to the success of this shoe going to the next level, whatever that is. And lastly, and we're just going to keep it kind of brief tonight. But lastly, there's an article published about Chris Hemsworth. Now, I'm a big fan of Chris Hemsworth. I love Thor. I love all of the Thor movies. I love actually everything Chris Hemsworth is in that I can think of has always been hugely entertaining to me. So it was really, really interesting to read that he hit a punching bag, which is actually a video arcade, so it's not a real punching bag per se, but it actually measures the force that you hit it with. And the writer made the leap and said not only did he hit the punching bag, but he almost broke it. And I'm just curious, and I really need to understand, or I'd love to understand, if it didn't break, how do you know it almost broke? I also saw the video footage of him hitting this bag, and he didn't even break the high score. I'll actually post it up here for you guys to see. But I mean, it was actually, there's a much higher score on this game, and I think the real story is, how does the reporter know that he almost broke it? I don't know how to wrap my mind around that, and I think I need some help there. What, you got anything? Okay. I'll take that as I don't think he does either. So anyway, listen, everyone, those are some snippets of some news. I think that this is really important stuff to get out there for all of you. I hope that this enlightens and enriches your life in ways that can't even be measured. And, I really wish you all a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you again for the next episode. Have a good night.